Are we here?
Hey!
Are we live?
Are we live? Exactly. Are we still alive? Better question.
We don't know.
Yes, yes. With the tech travails of the world of late, and I don't know, maybe it's just our world. Maybe we're the only one who's having tech problems lately, or Facebook problems, or anything else. But it sure seems like the whole world is, and so we're here to commiserate with all of you today who are having tech problems, and we're going to bring in our guest right away because why not? He's been on before, Mr. Carlos Vargas, right here.
Hello, guys.
And the tech travails that we're going to start off with today are Facebook. Notice how we're just jumping in here, no chitty chat, no nothing, because we're being serious here today because my Facebook account was hacked again over the weekend, and of course, I say that to Carlos. The first thing he goes, well, you got to turn on two-factor authentication. I'm like, Carlos, I have 14-factor authentication, and I'm meta verified, and I still got hacked. And somebody's telling me the other day that I don't know if they still can do this or not, but what the hackers were doing, not necessarily in my case, but one of the tricks they had is they would like call you in the middle of the night when you were asleep, they would try to hack into your account in the middle of the night when you were asleep, and then Meta would send you a voice message with your number, and then they would like call and get that message, and then they take the number and they get into your. I mean, it's just because they figured out that nobody ever resets their pins on their voicemails, and so because of it, yeah. So when you get your voicemail on your phone, the pin is the last four digits of your phone number. So these hackers figured that out. They forced Meta to send the message to the phone number. Well, they already got the phone number because they're in your account somehow. And then they can go in there, change everything. And in my case, however they got in, I don't know. But one of the things they did is they changed my two-factor authentication and set up a Horizon account that I can't get them out of. So that's just one of the many things that we're dealing with. So what we're going to do is real quick show you some of the stuff that I ran into. And so, Madison, let me pull my screen up first. Let me triple check that I don't have anything on here. I don't think there's anything really in a Facebook account that people can see that they can use to hack you with.
It's all on the dark web anyway.
Yeah.
The hackers already have it.
The truth is, it is.
Yeah.
So it's all out there somewhere.
I will say the story Dan gave happened to me with Amazon AWS. I had a server on AWS, same exact thing. They sent, they got the email changed to the middle of the night, racked up a whole bunch in storage and fees or whatever they did, and then had to fight with Amazon to say that wasn't me.
Yeah. Well, and the worst thing that these guys did is when they found out that I was onto them, they took a picture. I only saw this picture for like a split second on my screen, but what it was like 12 terrorist-looking guys standing over what appeared to be a body that was hacked apart, and there was blood everywhere. They posted that to my profile in order to get me shut down, which worked. We got my account restricted. Now, I think, I could be wrong about this, I think the only thing that has saved my bacon from getting my account completely shut down was the fact that I am Meta certified. And I've been asking myself for a long time. Verified.
Yeah.
Meta verified, thank you. I've been asking myself, why am I paying $13 a month for this? Well, maybe, not sure, maybe it just saved my bacon. I don't know. But or kept me from having to start another new Facebook group or account like I did 18 months ago. So let me just check this first page I'm going to show. Okay. So Carlos, you said if I show my ad number, it doesn't matter. I'm shutting down the account anyway, so go right ahead.
But one of the things that a lot of people think that they have set up correctly is that there's an Instagram two-factor authentication and there's a Facebook two-factor authentication. If you have them connected, they are still two different settings. And people sometimes think that because they set up one, it transfer, or because their Instagram and Facebook account are connected, they are together. And that is not the case. So if you don't have them on both accounts, they can jump through one of those. And that happened to one of my customers. Similar situation. She had it set up in Facebook, but in Instagram, she had like 3 accounts that she did not remember.
Yeah.
So in one of those, they hack it. They jumped in and they did the exact same thing that they did to you. But in her case, they started running ads for stuff that she doesn't even had a clue. I think that was a water bottle. So they were selling like a water bottle or something like that.
Well, just wait till you see mine. So that's the first thing I'll show you right here is the ads they were running. So go ahead and you can share my screen.
Yep.
And of course, I won't be able to see you guys now. Actually, let me pull this down, move that over, move this over there. Can you see?
It's got to pop up. It hasn't popped up at the bottom yet. Did you go present?
Okay. What do I forget what I got to click on here. Okay.
The little TV with the plus. Yep.
Yeah. There's screen. Share the screen. Allow something. It's asking. And Chrome. Okay. That should be
there
it.
We go.
Okay. So I'll slide this over here some. Okay. So here is my ads account. And I was just running a couple ads for some of the Offer Lab stuff. And then all of a sudden, one of the first things that happened was first off, I got a notice, I think, from Facebook saying that somebody was trying to get into my account. Okay, great. Jumped on that right away. I'm pretty sure I changed my password right away. But if I recall, it was like late Friday night when this happened, of course. Well, so here is what happened. One of the first things I found is that they had taken a different Facebook page and attached it to my ads account. Okay. That's when they started running the ads out of here. Now I went in and I removed that Facebook page right away, but it didn't do any good. So here is one of the ads that they started running was right here. So the page was M. Garbarino Concrete and Excavating, which, it's kind of weird that these guys are actually advertising for this right here. You can barely see it. I don't know if there's a bigger picture here, but it's some sort of cosmetics.
Yeah.
And they said on here an ad spend on this of $999 a day, which apparently they know is the max they could do based upon my account, because I rarely run any ads. This was, like I said, I was just trying to push some people to Offer Lab, see if I could get some signups. Nothing really too serious. And so they decided, as soon as I started running ads, to pop in there. Now, another thing they did is I had a credit card that was only in here to pay for the Meta Verified, and I was using a totally different credit card for the ads. And so, which again, kind of helped me because you could clearly see my ad was running with this credit card. They grabbed the Meta credit card, which must have been like the main credit card in my account, and they started running on that. So that also helped me to get to the point where Facebook refunded all of the money so far. So here's billing and payments. And if it exposes my credit card number, I don't care. Because guess what? My credit card is canceled. Like always happens as soon as you call them and you say, hey, I got a problem, and it's canceled. So they didn't run up that much money. It's actually a little bit more than that. I think on the last page you saw the bill's like $330. But I got a message from Facebook this morning saying, we got you covered except for whatever little bit that you had run yourself, which was like $27. And I think it had already been paid on the other credit card. So nothing on this credit card actually was a legitimate charge. So how I started off here with this is because I didn't know how to contact Facebook at that point. I came down here, I think, and no, it's bug report down here. This is where I started down here with this bug report, and you can select the topic, and I just came down and put in other because nothing else seemed to fit. And I started telling them everything, which where to go, everything that was going on. So you got to select a topic, and I was, telling them, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And I put in a whole bunch of images. I think you can also attach a video if you want. So you put all that information in there. That actually got them working on it within 2 or 3 days. So by Monday, they had already come in here and started refunding stuff. But that wasn't the only thing that happened. So if it's purely inside of the business thing, this is definitely one thing you could do. And possibly that would also work if you're not Meta verified. But again, I don't know if
Which one?
Verified has anything to do with this. Okay, so there was that. So here was the ads account. Okay, so here's another thing in here. Here's this other person. I just saw this now as I was clicking around before this.
Are you
I
sharing?
had not seen this one before.
Are you sharing something?
Can you not see my screen?
No, it's still up on the how can we?
Oh,
How can we
okay.
improve?
When I shared, I must have said share only that tab.
I will add that everybody you learn from about Facebook ads says add somebody else that you trust to your business profiles, because if Dan had gotten completely locked out, he would have had no way to get into his ads manager to turn off the ads, to do any of this without having somebody else in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
Back up. Okay.
Yep, that's better.
Okay, so we're back to this screen here. So now we come over to this other one. Now you seen it?
Yep.
Okay, so you got Cool Air 2025. I just saw this as I was clicking around right now getting ready for this. This is the first time I saw this. So where'd this guy come from? I don't know. Let's click on remove. Okay, access restricted. You can't remove people from this ad account because you're restricted from advertising.
So you cannot make any changes because the account is locked.
Okay.
So as soon as they restrict the account, you cannot make any changes whatsoever.
Okay, well, that's fine because, again, I need to get rid of this account. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So now we'll come into the regular Facebook. And in order to get into this part of Facebook, you got to come over here and you're going to click on your face. You're going to come down to settings and privacy, and then you're going to click on settings. It'll open up this page here. And you want to come in and click on your Meta Account Center. And you're going to want to come in here and start snooping around, because here's one of the first things I see. Meta Horizon. I had to Google it. I had no idea what it was. It apparently is their goofy glasses that you can wear and do whatever
the 3D
virtual crap that you can do with it or something. So that's what we have here is the Meta Horizon account. And of course, if I click on this, I can't go anywhere, can't do anything because they put two-factor authentication on this account. So if we come down here, we click on accounts, and we click on the one thing I was able to do is able to change the name, so at least I could make sure that it wasn't me. So we can change the account name, but we go here, remove account, and we say remove account, and we say continue. And it says, oh, you need to create a password. Okay, great. Want to create a password? Well, I can't because they're going to send the verification to this person right here because they set up two-factor authentication on this. So I can't change anything, and I'm still working with Meta to get that taken care of. And somewhere in here, if you click on it, you can actually find out. Here, they changed my date of birth. So they changed my date of birth right there. And so other personal information, I don't know what else. But here's my credit card number. Go ahead, steal it. Okay, they're married to me. Is it here? Okay, he's not saying. Well, somewhere in here, you can actually see the 4 people that are in this account right now. So there are still 4 people that are logged into my account, although they can't steal anything at this point because the credit card was shut down and everything else is basically restricted. So
there's an option, I think, when you click the 3 little dots for forget email or something like that in the remove account, because I had something like that for someone else. Like,
yeah, I have not been able to find that anywhere. And so
have you tried manage how you log in?
Yeah, where is that found?
So 3 dots, go to remove, 3 dots, remove account. And then you see it says manage how you log in.
See where you're logged in?
Well, yeah, I can see. Okay. This is where. So in the Oculus account, in the Horizon account, these are the people, including this one gal from Vietnam. So while all this is going on, of course, I'm getting emails sent to me from Facebook. At least one of those emails was in Vietnamese. Okay. So they're responding to this person here, but to my email address.
So now, select the first 3 and click log out. Or actually, All of them.
All of them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You think I haven't
And log
tried
out.
that? So- okay, have to enter the, clicking on this doesn't do anything. Click here to continue. And for security, please re-enter your password to continue.
Go forgot password. Because that's not your actual account, right? That's the, because it's got that little meta glasses.
Oh wait, go back.
Yeah, go back.
Well, here, see this here?
No, go back. Go back one. No. In the little window. There you go.
Okay. For your security, please re-enter your password to continue.
In
So-
one, it showed the email.
Right. Hang on here. So let me see here. Did I hit forget password? Forgot password.
Right
Okay,
there.
Right. That's the same email as this up here.
But it was that. Did you click something that it moved?
No, it did it. That did it on its own. So if you were thinking that was their code, which no, I can't believe it, because that's a code you're going to get sent to you by Facebook.
I no longer have access to this email.
We can try that. Enter your device serial number to verify your identity. How to find the serial number for your MetaQuest headset or Ray-Ban. Yeah, see, again, I don't have the devices.
Yeah. So they're
Yeah, so
forcing it
that's-
for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, you know, I seriously spent as much as 6 to 8 hours on both days over the weekend, just dealing with this. Plus, here's the thing is, so the guys in the account over here and running the ads, and I would come in and I would turn the ad off. I would turn the campaign off. I'd do all that. Because what he did is he took an old ad that I was running and just went in and made changes to it.
Mhm.
And so I kept coming in and turning off the campaign and turning off the ads and all that. I come back half an hour later, it was running again. So they just kept turning it back on, even though I had already gone in and changed my, the login information, passwords, all that kind of stuff. The problem with it was they were still logged into the account, I would guess. Even though I went in and I logged out of every single one of my accounts on every one of my computers, and I found the screen where you can say log out of everything. I logged out of everything, came back in. Well, because they never logged out, or I said log out of every single device, maybe that's finally got them out. I've done so many different things, you just kind of like are frantically clicking on stuff at that point, and you get it. So, but here's the real thing I want to show everyone, and I'm going to have to show it to you on my mobile device. So I was on the Funnel Builder certification call yesterday morning, and actually I'm going to have to unshare my screen because where'd we lose Madison anyway? You didn't notice she was gone, did you?
No, I noticed that she was gone. But as you do that, one thing for the people that are watching or listening, it's important to understand that what you did take you out of your login sessions. But the people that are logged in with their account, like because they granted themselves access to your business profile, the logins, when you say log out from everything, it log you out. It doesn't log them out.
Yeah, that's what
you need to kick them out of your account so they don't keep running stuff. Like you were saying that they keep like logging things and adding them back in. That's because their account was still logged in. And the only way to do that is that you have to get the user and disable the user so they can kick them out.
Yeah. So I found the page and I kicked the page out, but it still didn't take them out. So apparently once they had the page hooked up, they started running the ad. And so because I didn't go in and delete the ad, I'm not even sure. Maybe you can, maybe you can't delete an ad. I'm not really sure. But either way, it's just, these hackers, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. So you got to just, keep playing whack-a-mole with them until you manage to slow them down enough. But here's the thing. The way you stop them is you remove your credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can get a hold of your credit card company right away and cancel it, which I think actually, now I think about it, if you go to the website for your credit card company, or especially if you go find them on your mobile device, you can probably go in there and just say, cancel my account right now. I've been hacked. Cancel my account right now. And if you call them, you might be able to cancel it right away immediately as well. But that's the biggest thing. As long as they don't have access to your credit card, you're no use to them anymore.
There's a service called Privacy that actually let you create credit cards with limits.
Yeah.
So, and that way you can put like, okay, so this card can only charge us, say if you're going to run, like you said, 25, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. Let's say the Meta Verify. If the Meta Verify is only $13, you can say, just create a card and the limit is $15 a month. And you can create as many virtual credit cards you want, and you can even name them. So in that way, if one of those gets hacked, they you don't have the risk.
Well, and does the card then auto reload every month?
Yep, because you put the limit. So you put the limit. So let's say this is Meta Verify, and this one gonna be only 15 bucks. Hey, I'm gonna run ads, and I only want to run 50 bucks per day or 50 bucks per month, or whatever limit you want to put. And it only allow that amount to be charged. We're talking about something completely different. We'll come back to the NA agent fraud another day, but this is interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Were we going to talk about N8N? I don't even know what we're going to talk about, but this kind of came up, and in reality, this is important stuff because it has basically knocked me out of business. Mostly because I've been dealing with this for so many hours more than anything else. And so I had plans on what I was going to work on last weekend. Well, they went out the window on Friday when all this started. And I lost basically 3-4 days worth of any kind of productive work. And since, I guess it was yesterday when I finally was told how to get somebody's attention at Facebook. And so that's the part I'm going to show you right now. But what I found is, so I showed you, I'm clicking around on everything, and I got some attention inside of the Business Manager by clicking on the bug at the bottom. So that started the attention inside the Business Manager, but I was getting no attention inside of the profile. And so somebody said on the call yesterday, Mark Sutter is the one who said it, was that you have to do it through. He goes, well, he just like off the top, just I was talking to somebody with Facebook the other day for 30 minutes because I couldn't figure out how to change my profile picture. And I'm like, profile picture? Wait a second here. I got a real problem. I don't care about your profile picture. How did you get a hold of somebody? He goes, well, I did it on my mobile phone. I was like, you got to show me this. Turns out the only way you can get a hold of anybody is on your mobile phone. So this is not going to be easy to show you all, but we're going to see what we can do. So here is, let me see whatever I got on here. Umberto Torres in the ClickFunnels official group says, where do you guys get your short form video editors? Online. That's where you get them. Okay. So here we are. Oops. Where are we? So
you're full screen, Dan.
Yeah. Okay. So here is my Facebook. Okay. So you got your picture. I'm going to be all backwards here. So here's your little picture right down here. Okay. I'm going to click on this and then make sure there's nothing crazy on there. Okay. So, all right. So here's the next screen that comes up. Let me see if I can get the light to shine on here properly. But you get the idea. You can all, if I get up closer. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Yep. Right down here, you see the word support. We're going to click on support. And it may not be in that spot. When I first looked at this the other day, support was all the way down at the bottom. So just look around, but what you're looking for is support. And so then here's the next screen that comes up. Let me see. Got to get closer. Here's the next screen that come up. Either way, it says up here at the top, enhanced support, and then below that, Meta Verified Standard. So that's what, again, makes me believe that only the sorry about that, but you get the idea. So enhanced support, Meta Verified Standard, and now below that, it says open cases, hacked asset. And can you, okay, right there. Okay, and now, of course, somebody's calling me. So everybody call the spammer back because I'm sure that's what it is.
It's a spam or it's the Mayo Clinic, one of the two.
Oh, did it say Mayo Clinic?
No, it says it didn't say anything at all.
Okay. Oh, now I'm getting another. Oh, I forget. It's this time of day. So, oh wait, here's the third one in a row. So this time of day, I always get like 3, 4, or 5 phone calls from banks telling me that the loan that I forgot that I had applied for has been approved. So I always get, Marcia from the underwriting department calling me, telling me that she's calling to talk about my loan approval. And I don't understand why I keep forgetting I applied for all these loans. I'm old, I get it, but come on, I'm not senile, maybe. But either way, so that's it. Oh, and the part I forgot is right down here at the bottom. You can see it, big blue. You don't have to do anything else. Connect with agent. So when you get to this page, so basically, click on the little image of yourself in the bottom corner, click on support, and you get to this page here, click on contact agent. Connect with agent. That's what you need to do. Then the next screen, it says, okay, tell us about your problem, and then give us any kind of screenshots or anything you have. Okay, great. So whatever happens next, and eventually I ended up popping into Messenger with them. And then, of course, they ask you for everything again. Tell us the story behind the whole thing. So you got to tell them the whole story again. Then they go, do you have any evidence for this? And then you got to give them all the images again. So it would be so nice if you could just do this on your desktop, because that's where I had all the images. So I had to send all the images to my phone and do it there, and then ended up back on the desktop again. Anyway, but that was yesterday. As of this morning, I got a message that said, okay, we reversed all the charges, which they had already done 2 days ago. But they haven't done anything as far as closing down the Horizon account, kicking the other people out. They have my profiles restricted right now because of the terrorists chopping people up images that they put in there. And so they haven't cleaned that out yet either. And they said that the money won't actually be refunded won't be refunded, even though I looked on my credit card. My credit card already shows all the balances have been minused out, but it said it's going to take 10 days for that. So it could be another 10 days, 2 weeks before everything is straightened out. And then at that point, what I want to do is to shut down the existing business account and start all over, and probably my Facebook page. Shut down all of them completely, probably shut down my Instagram completely, and then just completely start all over and make sure I do it properly the next time. And
so you don't have
Carlos is going to tell us everything we need to know to do that, even though he doesn't know it yet.
Completely different topic, but you don't have to start over for your profile. So let's make the distinction that people sometimes call their profile a page and their page a profile. So you as a person, Facebook want to know that it's you. So that's the one that they verify. So let's say Dan Havey or Carlos Vargas or Madison have the profile where you chit chat, have family pictures with the cats and all that kind of stuff. That's what they consider a profile. That's the one that you meta verify.
Right.
To have a page, that is initially it was for businesses or creators to advertise. That's how you used to do ads. Then they have a third level so you can manage across all of those. That is what the business center is. A page can only be connected to one business center. In your case, they did not hack probably your page. They got access to the business center. So the step is that you can right now go and create a new business center. And you can move what is called your assets. Your assets are your Facebook page, your Instagram account, out of the current business center into the new one. Secure it, make sure that you validate it, add, let's say, like Madison mentioned at the beginning, someone else as an administrator to that new business center, and connect and grant access to your profile. When you do that, you can separate everything. And in that way, that is the Meta supported requirement when you do something like that. If you don't want to see it, what I've done for customers is that I say, do you have another email account that you haven't used on Facebook yet, or that you use at one point in time and you have it? And what I do is that I actually make that other account the admin on the Hack Business Center. And then I remove their profile. So in that way, when they log in, they don't see anything whatsoever from the Hack profile, because you cannot delete an ad account or a pixel. You can move your page, but the pixel, you cannot delete it, neither an ad or an ad account.
Well, in my particular case here, if I get rid of my Facebook page, I don't care. There's no reason to keep it. There really isn't. Same thing with an Instagram account. I don't have enough in there to worry about it because there's basically nothing in there.
But
So
you
as far
see
as
if
I'm
Ninja hacks.
concerned, I would just X out the page and the Instagram account and the business account completely. And what I want to do is I just want to start a brand new business account, especially because, like I said, it's going to be at least a week or two before I'm going to have access to my existing business account. And I still have concerns about that because when I set everything up, I don't think I did it properly, to be honest with you.
May I help you with
Let me
your
tell you
loan?
something about my phone here. The only reason I
But what about your car warranty?
Well, yeah. Well, no, they don't do those anymore, which is really sad. They were so fun. But there's a setting on iPhones, whether you guys know it or not, that says basically if somebody is not in your Rolodex on your phone, whatever you want to call it, if they're not on your phone or they have not called you before and you haven't talked to them, don't ring. It's spam. Just send it straight to spam. Okay. I turned that off because Facebook told me they were going to call me today, yesterday or today. Otherwise, my phone never rings. The only time my phone rings is when my mom calls me. Okay. That's like it. So, that's the only reason my phone is ringing like crazy. But that's also why I have it turned off, because somebody decided years ago they thought it'd be funny to give my phone number to everybody. And I know who that person is, but I won't say. So, yeah. So it's out there for all the spammers. So, which is fine. I mean,
It doesn't matter that you would have hacked something else and got it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, every night I get to sit down there and listen to Marcia over at the loan center tell me that I got approved for a loan like six times in a row. So,
well, the worst thing is when you get then the calls for something that you know that you haven't requested. Hey, you requested a quote for your roof. I'm like, I know that I did not request it. Yes, you filled out the form. I'm like, I know that I did not fill that out. You probably want to look for, again, there's one I think called Jolly Rancher. That is a service that I think is pay like $2 or $6 a month. And it actually have an angry pirate, but it also has the long granny. And you automatically reroute your calls. And it's like you're talking to someone and she's like, oh, thank you for calling me. Can you help me with my new TV? I'm like, and you hear them saying, ma'am. And then she's listening. And then all of a sudden, oh, but I want to be able to watch Law and Order. What channel is that? And it keep them like talking for a long time.
Well, the only problem with that is then somebody important will call. It'll think it's
Russell Brunson will call, and he'll get the long granny.
You know, when Russell calls me, I don't need it going to the spam box right away. So back to my problem, because hey, this is all about me today. So can I at this point, because I just want to kill everything else, can I today, if I wanted to, set up a new business account completely disconnected from everything else?
There is a caveat to that. There is a limit, and there is a time amount that you can only set up so many in so much time, because I have ran into that as well. So you should be able to. But here's the other thing, right? Set one up in your wife's name, your husband's name, your kid's name, something like that, and then have them add you to that business manager.
Okay. But for me personally, I can just do this myself with my own personal name. Unlike a spammer like Madison who wants to set up 25 simultaneously with
I
her
was
AI
unauthorized to run political ads through Facebook. I wasn't verified yet. And America's Favorite Pet apparently counts as political ads.
So you're going to laugh. So at one point, I did a live event. The person was not political, but it looked like at some point in their life, they somehow connected. So it was the president of HP when HP was. So she was a speaker in that live stream. So we were running some ads for a simulcast, and they marked my account as I needed to verify that I wasn't running political. I'm like, what the heck is political about a leader cast? Like, but sometimes they don't take no for an answer, but I just check, and the Meta Verify, actually, that's the reason why you're getting the option to get better support. One of the things that they did last year is that they allow you that option to get support. Businesses that they want to get a phone call, they actually have a higher tier, but you need to pay, I think it's $500 a month to be able to get access to that part for businesses. But yeah, that Meta Verify, they have the option for enhanced support, but they don't mention phone. They mention email and chat, but they say enhanced support.
Yeah, I mean, you think about somebody like ClickFunnels. Russell always uses the number $1 million a month, or is it $1 million? Yeah, it's a month, right? Not a day. It's got to be a month. Yeah, $1 million a month that they're running. You would certainly hope with that kind of money, it would buy you some access to somebody.
Well, they probably have an account manager.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah.
The people that run a lot and have a high enough volume, they have a specific person that they go to at Meta who's their account manager.
Okay, so
that's why the spammers were able to get into your account.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why the spammers were able to get into your account, because they're running a lot of volume across all of them.
Could be. I mean, they're running $1,000 a day on my credit card. Imagine what they're running on theirs. But
nothing.
Or
that's
the
whole point.
Or the 10,000 credit cards they just stole. They're doing some serious volume.
Question will be, is that where your Offer Lab commissions came from? Is those 10,000 other credit cards that they signed up for with?
No, don't get me started on the Offer Lab commissions. So we won't go down that rabbit hole. Next week we're going to have Tyler Wicks on the call, and we can go down the Offer Lab rabbit hole next week and talk about that. But
hey, all right, your shirt?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you got your shirt?
We got them at FHL.
Yeah, I got one at FHL, and I gave it away right away. So
okay,
yeah. I'll say it didn't fit me, but truthfully, I wasn't. Let's just say I'm not a fan of the colors.
My wife liked it.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, I like that yellow."
Okay, well, if I get another shirt in the mail, I'll send it to you. You can have it. All right. Well, I think, have we beat the Facebook thing to death? I mean, is there anything else you want to tell us about, Carlos? Because you know a lot about this. So, maybe a good question is, what do people need to do? Now, there's all kinds of documentation online about what you have to do, but from a real world standpoint, Carlos, what do people have to do just to keep it secure? And the one thing I would say before Carlos goes is, if you get an email from Facebook that says, hey, somebody just logged in from Bangladesh, jump on it real fast.
Quick.
Yeah. Go in, change your password, and look everywhere to see what may have already been done. Because by the time Facebook notifies you, or if you got the notification, you didn't see it for an hour, they could have done a whole bunch of damage already, and you would not know about it.
So let's start with basic security practices. Facebook and Instagram will not send you a text message telling you, hey, your password was changed. click this link that looks like it's going to China or somewhere else. So you can click it, and then all of a sudden you lose full access to it.
Same with the
People don't-
IRS. The IRS will not text you either.
Yeah. So
And just on that note, when you get an email from somebody claiming to be Facebook, look at the actual email address. It will say facebook.com on the actual email address, or maybe possibly meta.com. But
yeah.
I think the ones I got the other day all came from Facebook.
So
The other
that's
thing
what I was
is
gonna say.
right click on the link and copy what that URL is and see if that's actually not like a facebook.de or face without an E in the Facebook or something like that.
Yeah, check the link you're going to as well. Yes.
The other thing that they're doing that they're trying to be very clever is that they set up a profile or page and they start messaging you, and they said Meta support or Facebook support. But when you actually look at the name, it's not the correct spelling or the correct character. And even though it looked blue, it's not the Facebook blue. Like, again, when there is a requirement for official conversation between a company, they will send you a correct email giving you details. And like I said, you need to look at what it is. Because what happens is that people click, and again, I have them all the time. It happened with WhatsApp, with Instagram, and with Facebook accounts. You're clicking and you land on a page that, even though it's momentaneously, it completely grants them access to everything that you own. So that's that's basics. Make sure that you look at what you click and don't click what you should not have.
And if you're running ads, most likely you're going to get your account is going to be suspended. I don't know how many people that I've worked with that's a message that they get is your account is going to be suspended because of copyright infringement. And that's not going to come through like Carlos is saying with a weird color blue or some weird character in it.
So the other thing that I do for my clients is, like, if I'm running a Facebook campaign for them and we come to an agreement, okay, we're going to run $200 for a week, or we're going to run $1,000 for a week, whatever, put that as the budget limit on your account. Because what that does is that right away, when you hit that limit, they will not be able to do anything else. So you're reducing your risk for that. And then you can do what that mentioned, that you document what was the problem. But right there, you start with the two-factor authentication across all of your Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp accounts. But Facebook is starting to use WhatsApp as a notification channel.
So Christy in the chat asked, does two-factor authentication prevent this?
So to a certain degree, let's start in one place. It's not completely, but it limits some of the exposure.
It's better to have it than to not.
Oh, without a doubt. But I had it set on mine, and they still got in. So the question is how did they get in? Which is part of the reason why I want to disconnect everything I possibly can and start all over again.
Here's where the technical part gonna come. So when you use any of those services that you're granting access, the survey, are you what Disney princess are you? You connect to the different schedulers.
How'd you know that's what Dan did? He got Belle too. Or Sleeping Beauty. Sorry, Sleeping Beauty.
Because those services, you're granting them access to do things in your account on your behalf. Normally, to be honest, programmers that want to launch something, they just go, give me full access and we will be good. What happened? The problem is not the programmer. The problem is that they hacked that other company. Yeah. Now they got all those connections to Facebook, and that's how they can go straight without any authentication, without anything, and they get access to all that. And in that way, that get access to all your information, and they rack credit cards. So,
I just thought of this. Remember how Facebook used to allow you to load in apps? So like StreamYard here used to be an app. And then I wonder if that's because all those apps were accidentally creating backdoors.
But StreamYard is only restricted into groups. You can still use your profile. And
no, but what he said,
but you can't load up the app, though. You can't.
Correct. That's what he's saying.
Right.
So that's what I was going. In your profile, you can check your approved apps that you have grant access. Go through those and remove the ones that you don't use anymore. Like the other day, I do it probably once or twice a year because I test and remove and do. So I may have 50 apps, and I don't only do it for Facebook. I go through my Google and do the same thing because you're granting them access. So make sure that you check your information. Remember, it's free because you're giving them information, but it's your responsibility because if you're running your business, you cannot just say, well, Facebook is a problem. You have to understand what you're using and how you can get access and secure it constantly, because now with AI is not the problem. AI is just that it can scan and find things easier, and someone could say, hey, go and do something else with that.
Now, where do you find apps in Facebook anymore? Because I didn't even think you could have apps. I thought they completely did away with all that. Or was that only inside of a group that you could have an app?
No, let me just get you the link in here. So if you go to facebook.com/settings, let me just copy it into our chat so you can see it and you can grab it there. Or the way that I found it, go to your profile, share your screen, and I can guide you step by step.
Yeah, so I'm settings here.
On the search, just type apps.
App Store.
No, share your screen.
Okay.
There you go.
Oops.
And actually, for me, I just put the /apps, and it auto corrected to tab equals application.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
This is a play along hour, so you should be doing as we are talking. That's what I'm doing.
And anybody who the image I put up. And by the way, that image I put up, I drew that myself. The one of the Terminator. And yes, again, I'm such a fantastic artist. I whipped that out in 30 seconds. Okay, so I got nothing.
You have no apps?
I haven't.
No. And I'm happy I don't.
Okay. So at least you go from there. Just check if you have any additional Facebook or Instagram accounts that you haven't enabled your two-factor authentication.
Yeah, the Horizon account, yeah. So again, if you go in there, and as we showed, or I showed earlier, if you go in there and you click on your account center and you go down to the bottom and you click on accounts, and you see something in there it shouldn't be in there, that's another good thing. Get a hold of Facebook and let them know. Okay. But here's the real tell. If you keep an eye on your credit cards, you'll know, because they're
the other way, Dan. You just keep them maxed out. You just keep them maxed out, and then you don't have to worry about this at all.
That's true too. But of course, if you max out, then they hit you with the over limit penalty plus the interest charges on top of it, so it gets really, really expensive.
So here I'm going to share one of the tips that a lot of people don't know. I know that we have a lot of Mac users. And somebody said, put it in ChatGPT. Before you even put it, the way that some of the players or the email providers go is that they can spin it and try to connect it to where it goes. So every computer can be susceptible to be hacked. you want to have a security product, an antivirus, a threat protection in your computer. If you're more sophisticated, you can have a network device that protect your whole network. You can block it at the router level, so then you don't allow to connect to some of those things. Like I have one that I even block countries, so that I can say I don't want anything, and I do it for businesses that I say I don't want anything outside of the US. And in that way, right away, I detect when things are trying to go. And like, what is the secretary trying to go to China? Right away, I knew, okay, your computer is infected, like literally in seconds. So put an antivirus. Doesn't matter, a paid version in a Mac or a PC, because you're going to, most of them have like a browser plugin. Then as soon as you click a link, if the link is infected or the link is bad, you're not going to get the calls like that. It will actually block automatically. And some of them, like I use Norton for the whole family. Again, I'm not endorsing it, but one of the things that I like is that it put a green check mark next to the sites when I'm doing a search in Google or in Bing. The ones that they know that are bad, they actually put a red X. So you know right away which sites may be a problematic. A new site may not be categorized, but at least you can protect yourself a little bit from those. And they come for mobile devices and for PCs and for Mac. So protect yourself so you don't have a problem.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad people out there, and like Carlos said, it's not AI. AI just speeds things up for us. They may be using AI to do some of this, but all that does is means they can hack you faster and find you faster. I mean, I don't know how they do this stuff. I frankly don't even really want to know, but there's a lot of bad actors out there, so you got to protect yourself from them.
So I see a question on the chat. I don't know if you see it. They were asking about recommendations. Again, depend on your computer. It will add some load. Most newer version of antivirus don't add that much load. If you have the new version of an antivirus, of a Norton, Bitdefender, ThreatLocker, any of those, they are lighter. But the good thing is that they also include VPN built in. So when you are out on a coffee shop or something, you don't want to just browse automatically. You want to protect yourself as you're browsing.
Yeah. Well, I think you make a good point there indirectly, is that if you got a laptop and you're going from here to there and you're on Wi-Fi here and Wi-Fi there and in a coffee shop, anywhere where spammers are, spammer can be sitting in there pretending to be drinking a cup of coffee and he's doing whatever. That's the
working.
thing. If you're at home and your computer never leaves the house, you're less likely for these things to happen. But if you got a laptop and you're out there running around on it, you got to have some protection on that thing. But that's it. I think we ran out of things to talk about. And we didn't even get to the topic of the day, so what the heck? But I think this was definitely worth it for everybody today to get to see this, get to hear my story, and luckily we found a way to actually talk to somebody at Facebook. But so based upon what Carlos did a little bit of research on here, is spend the $13, get Meta verified, especially if you're going to be running ads. Because
add somebody else to your ad account.
Yeah, I think if you're not running a business account, if you're not running ads, chances are nobody's going to bug you because they don't see any way to be making money off of you.
Well, they do still send you that friend request, right? When you get a friend request from somebody and you're like, thought we were friends. It's always better to check.
Yeah.
Or if it says like coming from Instagram or something like that, they can easily spool somebody's name on Instagram and try to add you as a friend on Facebook.
You just said something that is really important also. So you know that you have some settings that says only share this with my friends. On those settings, sometimes you have birthday, address, phone. So then you get these people coming in and they get your information and they're your friends now. And then all of a sudden you're like, why is this person my friend? You accepted it because you thought that you saw them somewhere. And now they can do some of those stuff because now they have the phone number that they're going to ask Facebook to reset your password. So be careful with who you accept, where they're coming from and what they do. So in that way you can protect also yourself.
And I would also say if you get a notice that says so-and-so accepted your friend request and you go, why would I have ever friended this person? Go look at that real quick too and go, who is this person? Because I've gotten a number of those lately where I looked at this and I go, there's no way I sent this person a friend request. And I immediately unfriend them and block them. Because it's usually somebody who doesn't have any mutual friends either.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Anything suspicious going on in there, just do not be afraid to just lock it down, block them, so you never have to see it again. Like I said, I don't know if I finished the sentence on this, but while I'm getting hacked, like I said, some of the emails telling me I'm being hacked were in Vietnamese. Well, then I start getting messages from a little Vietnamese girl, and I call her little because she looked like she was about 12. And she says to me, oh, hey, just wanted to let you know you've been hacked. And I wanted to say, no. But what my real question is, how do you know this? And are you the one doing it? Because if you looked at that list of people that were all signed up there with their Oculus glasses, one of them was in Vietnam.
Yep.
This girl clearly was in Vietnam because I went to her profile and it was all in Vietnamese. And I'm getting emails in Vietnamese. So, yeah. So not only will they hack you, but then they'll taunt you and then they'll put up images when you catch them that will get your profile restricted. So I'm 5-6 days into now having to talk about something I did not want to have to talk about this week.
And we got to say, Dan's been hacked before. If there's a ClickFunnels launch, Dan's going to get hacked.
Oh, yeah.
So this is not his first rodeo where he's just like, I didn't have two-factor authentication. My password was password 1234. Like he's been here before.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell everybody real quick. So last 2 years, year and a half ago, basically.
Secrets of Success launch.
Yeah. Secrets of Success right after Funnel Hacking Live in Florida. So we get home on like Tuesday or something. The launch is that week. And like on Thursday, Friday of that week, all of a sudden my Facebook is gone. And then I did not have Meta Verified. I don't even know if Meta Verified existed at the time. I did not have that. And my account was gone, meaning I could not log into it. It was 100% gone. And so I could do nothing. But here's the thing is I had close to 5,000 people in there who I had been highly curating for 5 years leading up to that point. So I lost 5,000 potential customers because of that hack right at exactly the wrong time. Yeah.
That's why you use ClickFunnels, so you can put a landing page on your Facebook page and said, click here so you can get my information so we can continue the conversation. I have to say something about ClickFunnels. We haven't said anything about it.
I have ClickFunnels, and I didn't have access to my Facebook account anymore, so how could I put a link on there? When it was—
I know before. I was like, so that they're hacking a lot because people don't think about it, but $20 to us, it may not be a lot of stuff, but to someone in another country that they were able to get $20 out of you, it's a lot. So there's a link. If you just say, look for how to reinstate your Facebook page, they have a specific link right away. If you think that you're being hacked, facebook.com/hack. They actually then lock your account everywhere and they make you validate to the degree that they tell you, these are the last 4 friends or 5 friends that you added. Do you know them?
Right.
And if you don't know them,
part of what I went through the other day. But here's again the thing: 18 months ago, that didn't exist.
Yeah,
18
correct.
months ago, Saturday morning. I remember now. It was Saturday morning. I sit down. I go to log in. Wait, what do you mean? Why am I logged on to my Facebook account? I go to log in. It said, your Facebook account's been shut down. That was it.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. It was gone.
Gone.
Everything I did, everything I Googled, every link I went to said, yeah, once they shut down your account, you're screwed. Even Facebook was telling me, yeah, we shut down your account. We don't care.
The other thing is, when you change your password because you got a message, make sure to hit that button that says log out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, as we already discussed, if somebody's inside of your business account and you say log out everywhere, you're not necessarily logging them out.
No.
Yeah, you're just logging yourself out because your account only has information on the 3 devices that you're logged into, not the Oculus glasses that are logged into your Horizon account that somebody just created for you. Yeah, so whatever. We beat this to death. It's past the top of the hour. So hopefully everybody, if you're still watching, you got something useful out of this because you don't, again, it's not a lot of fun. And like I said, I've wasted an entire week on this and I got much better things to do than this.
And if you can't run ads, you can't run your ClickFunnels pages, so you can't make any money. So there we go. There's the whole reason for it.
Yeah. And Facebook, and truthfully, Facebook doesn't make any money on it either. Because in this case here, they refunded the money. Now, in my case, a couple $100. But had I been on vacation, hadn't been paying attention, that guy was running $1,000 a day. And let me tell you, if he managed to run $1,000 one day, guess how many more ads would have popped into that account?
Mm-hmm.
If I had a credit card that had $1 million limit on it, he could have run up $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. In fact, a buddy of mine, I just remember this now, he had over $20,000 worth of ads run on his account. Now he managed to get most of it back because of disputing it through the credit card company. But yeah, it was 20 plus grand before he got them. Yeah, so it's another reason you got to keep, if you're running ads, you got to keep an eye on that stuff. So, all right, that's it. We beat this to death, and that's it, and we're done. And so next week we're going to have Tyler Wicks on, and then maybe sometime down the road, a couple more weeks, because then we're running into Labor Day, and then I possibly might be in Boise the following week, and then but Madison can do it by herself if she wants. But then, so it might be a couple more weeks. Maybe we'll have Carlos back, and we'll talk about whatever it was we were going to talk about today, which I completely forgot. So,
Voice AI agents.
before we get out of here.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Y'all have a great